So let's have a look at the composition. I don't know whether you can see that very well. Let me just zoom in and readjust. I've just penciled in the village and I've penciled in the bridge at the bottom. Now let me zoom out again. Right, now here we have, let me explain a few things. The two halves of the photograph, okay? Now what you really need to be careful of, if you take two sections like this, you've got to make sure they're on the same scale. Now, me in my infinite wisdom didn't do that. If you look at this here, that building there is in fact that one over there, and you can see I zoomed in more on the village to get more information. But that being the case, what I have done is I have made a comparison in scale of the two areas, and there really isn't that much difference in it. Let me just tilt that. You don't need to see that much sky, do you? So what I've got to do now is put the two pieces together. Now in here, which is what I've talked about earlier, there's really just a lot of green. Okay, we've got all these trees. We've got cedars, we've got cypress, we've got olive, we've got all sorts, and then down here we've got the brighter green of the vines, but there isn't really any sense to it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and create some roads or some segments to make it look a little bit more interesting. I may well have a cloudy sky because I actually think that's more interesting, and I want to get some of the water in there as well. And I'm going to take some of this tree out. I'm going to shift things around a bit, and this is what your artist license is for. If you just want that, you take a photograph, you buy a postcard, whatever. But when you're doing a painting, you can move things about, because I just want to sort of get across the view, get across the fact that we have this lovely hilltop village, as so many of them are in this area, which then comes down to a river, and there's the bridge going across it. So I might even consider, let me just go back to this, I'm going to put this on here, then you'll be able to see it a bit better, a bit clearer, I think. What I am thinking of doing, in fact, is painting these two areas, making that the painted area, and then fading pencil drawing in between. I don't know, I'm going to have to play with it and see what happens. But remember, you don't have to do things exactly. You don't have to paint right up to where the mount's going to go. You could leave it hazy on the edge. It's up to you how you do it. So this is going to be quite an experiment, but I hope it will be interesting and it will work out nicely in the end. So I'll see you in the next video.